So, 16 weeks pregnant today. When I found out I was pregnant, I wasn't massively surprised to find out because I'd been feeling pretty rough. I had just finished a 100-kilometre ultra, unbeknownst to me, with a little tiny baby in my belly. Tiny, tiny. There's lots of decisions happening in my head. It's that bit of the pregnancy that I'm like, ugh. I've got a whole new challenge this year. I'm having a baby. It's so exciting, but there are loads of things to navigate. And one of the first things that I thought when I first found out I was pregnant is, can I still run? Because obviously that's what I'm going to ask. Well, I have met up with women's health physiotherapist Madia, who's been answering my questions all about running and pregnancy. Is it safe to run in pregnancy?
Yes, it is, as long as your health professional hasn't said that you either have high blood pressure or maybe your placenta's low. There's no reason why you can't run, as long as you've been running before you got pregnant. It's not the time to start something new.
That's good then, because I definitely have been running since before I was pregnant.
Brilliant.
And how long into the pregnancy can I keep running for?
As long as you feel comfortable, really. I think if you've got, if you can talk whilst you're running, that's a good sign that you're doing enough and you're not overheating and you're not overexhausting yourself, and you're not in any pain or discomfort either during the run or immediately after, then I think it's safe to say that you're good to carry on.
So before I found out I was pregnant, I was doing all sorts of training for a 100-kilometre race. Intervals, long runs, hills, you name it. Now I'm pregnant, I'm not really training for anything, just running for the love of it. How's that going to look when it comes to doing different types of runs?
So I would use this as your phase to maintain your health, and feel like it's a way to kind of carry on your hobby, to improve and maintain your physical and kind of mental health, really. Don't be chasing those PBs. All runs don't have to be fast anyway, and especially not in pregnancy. So the risk of falling is the key thing that we want to avoid with running. So long as you're kind of either a bit more on a flat, not so much on the heels, you might want to do some more treadmill runs. There's no reason why you can't carry on with the other runs.
One of my main motivators to keep running and to keep doing my strength, keep doing yoga, is all of the advice that I've read up on, that I've studied as a personal trainer and as well in women's health, that the more active you can be, within reason, during pregnancy, the easier labour will be. Because it's that bit of the pregnancy that I'm like, ugh.
So we know that when women exercise, they increase the blood flow to the baby, which is going to mean getting more nutrition to the baby, which is amazing. Core stability, pelvic floor, adapting to our changes in our body are massive. So I definitely would recommend getting the Pilates in, getting some time to get your stretches and breath work and mindfulness in alongside your running is fantastic. Running really helps strengthen our big core muscles, which are amazing to keep us active and maintain our strength. So definitely carry on.
And that'll help hopefully have an easier labour?
100%.
Good, I'm going to hold you to that one.
So I love a stat when I'm running, but perhaps now I'm pregnant and running, it's not the time to be looking at that data. Specifically, heart rate. Where does that come into it when it comes to running and pregnancy?
I would say whilst you're out running, as long as you can have a conversation, you can complete a full sentence without having to take pauses, you're generally okay with the UK guidelines. American guidelines say maximum 140 beats per minute, around less than 60 to 80% of your predicted age-related heart rate.
Okay, so obviously a bit of conflicting data out there. So that's what's so hard when you're running and you're pregnant. It's like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
What would you recommend would be the best?
I would go with how you feel. So as long as you don't feel like you're getting hot and palpitations, then I would say you're doing okay.
So just like with running, there are plenty of things to buy that are marketed at you when you are pregnant. So I want to know, what's actually worth it?
Definitely have really comfy shoes. Like your trainers are going to be essential to give you a nice support around your ankle. High-waisted leggings are a nice one just to kind of give you that hug. Your muscles are still there and working really strong. You don't need additional support, and a really decent bra for the size you are at the time.
I haven't even had the baby yet, and of course that's something that I'm thinking about. When is it safe to run once I've had the baby?
From a professional side, we tend not to encourage it before 12 weeks postnatal at the absolute earliest, and that is with you focusing on your recovery during those 12 weeks. And then at 12 weeks, we can check certain exercises with you, see how you're standing on one leg, what your pelvic floor is doing, can you do some jumps, are you having any leaks? All that gives us an indication of how safe it is for you to go back. And if you generally feel that we can pass those things, Couch to 5K is quite a good way to gradually build yourself up into returning to your previous fitness.
So I'm really excited to be a beginner again and to tick off all those milestones that you do when you first start running, because that's what I'll feel like. It'll be like starting again. So I'm super excited for that, and I'm super excited for when my baby is going to be big enough to go in the running buggy and I can take them to parkrun and we can have family mornings at parkrun every week. And yeah, I want to be a buggy mum, a buggy running mum. Got any questions for me? Comment with them down below. Or maybe you've already navigated running and pregnancy. I would love to hear your top tips or just your story about it. And that's enough for me today. No records, but that's absolutely fine because that's not why I'm running anymore. So I'm going to carry on running until it feels uncomfortable. Who knows when that will be, but then it'll be no running till after the baby. But stay tuned because I am training for something secretly quite exciting. So the next time you see me will be when I do that. And until then, you can check out the video of the time that I ran a race whilst pregnant, but I didn't know I was yet. Enjoy.